Good morning, rise and shine. It is 6 a.m. Looking beautiful out there. A lot of cloud cover. That's what we like to see. And we are starting at 80 degrees. We're going to be checking in with Mike to see what we can expect for the rest of your day.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning, 6 o'clock on your Wednesday. It is June 26th.
Happy Wednesday. Thank you for starting your morning with us. And of course, iced coffee would be ideal for most people this morning.
80 degrees out there as we head into hump day. Good morning, Mike Osterhage.
Good morning. Yeah, everything iced and iced. And we had a guest on the show the other day, one of our regulars, and talking about iced coffee and everything. And the one little tip, and this is kind of one of those, why didn't I think of that? The ice cubes, make them out of coffee. So when they melt,
yeah.
I mean, it doesn't dilute your iced coffee. So
even better.
That's an awesome idea.
Yeah, but lots of water, as the experts always say in a situation like this. Yeah, don't even just wait till you're thirsty, but hydrate all the time. Beautiful view out there as the sun is thinking about popping over the horizon. Lots of clouds. That doesn't kind of diminish the fact that it's really warm out there. These are the actual air temperatures. Normal low is 74. We're at 81 right now. We are in the, if everything stays the same, we're going to be in the vicinity of setting a new record, or at least tying a record for the warmest low temperature. We've done that the past couple of days. Stayed at 79 on Monday, 80 yesterday. And yeah, these numbers, it's miserable out there. Dew points well up into the mid and even leaning toward the upper 70s. A lot more, I mean, just by a degree or two, but that makes a whole lot of difference up from yesterday. A lot of 75, 76s around here. So, of course, yes, we do have a heat index to deal with, and been saying all morning long, add a good 15, 20, even more to some of these temperatures, and that's what it's going to feel like later on this afternoon, prompting the heat advisory. Again, same area, kind of the northeastern wedge of our viewing area, but also Frio County has been added to this. It goes into effect at 1 o'clock up until 7 o'clock this evening. Mold is on the low side, and throughout the rest of today, 96 at 3 o'clock, right in between. We'll then top off at 97 degrees. But again, add anywhere from 5 to 10 to that, and that's what it will feel like. Any changes as we go into the weekend, as we finish up June and start July? Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ. Is Alex still stuck in traffic?
We will check here in just a bit. Yeah, last time I was on the phone with him, he didn't seem like he was getting very much distance there in the northeast side of town. Real quick, I do also have a little bit of an iced coffee hack. I usually will go and get it without the ice, and then later on just grab a cup of ice. Usually get more iced coffee that way.
Oh.
Doesn't get as watered down as quick.
Yeah, that's true. You get a little bit more volume since the ice is... Anyways.
Nice one.
Yeah, iced coffee. That sounds really good about right now. All right, taking a look at our map here. So we have two different cameras that I went ahead and popped up. This is basically 35-1604 Live Oak Forum area, and we are starting to see a little bit of movement here, 35 at Olympia Parkway, basically that vicinity right there, Live Oak Forum, all the way stretching up to Evans Road, and even a little bit further north. We've seen some pretty major delays out there, northeast side of town. So let's go ahead and check in with Alex Gomez. He's on the road for us, drive camming it up. Alex, all right, I see brake lights there, man. How are things looking?
Well, you know what? Some good news. Check out to the left right there. The main lanes of 35 South on the northeast side have reopened at some entrance points. So it looks like the main lanes are open. I'm still on the frontage road, though. So all of us drivers on the frontage road are looking at the main lanes. We're crying at this point, RJ, that we can't go that fast.
Yeah, that's always a tough decision, right? It's like, should I get off and and then when you see that traffic now just driving by you on the left-hand side, yeah, it could be definitely a little bit frustrating. So a lot of frustration out there, but it looks like you are starting to get a little bit of movement out there. All right, Alex, thank you very much for checking things out. As we come back out to our TransGuide traffic cameras, this just popped up maybe about 5 minutes or so ago. This is going to be the 90 eastbound right there at Couples Road. And at last check, TxDOT had this listed as just an event, so I'll try and get a little bit more information exactly what's going on there. It's off to the side of the road. Traffic on the main lanes of 90 East still moving along pretty well. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. New this morning, teachers and other staff working for the Judson Independent School District will soon have a little more cash in their pockets. JISD's Board of Trustees approved a 1% salary increase for teachers, librarians, counselors, and nurses. A $500 one-time incentive payment will also be provided to all other staff. The increase will take effect during the upcoming school year. According to the Texas Tribune, as of 2021-22 school year, an average teacher's salary at Judson was just over $56,000 a year, which is about $2,000 less than the statewide average.
Well, warning before this next story, some of you might find this video tough to watch. Attorneys for Celedino Saldana argue that SAPD officers used excessive force against him. He was shot 20 times by San Antonio police officers and is now paralyzed. Saldana got into a shootout with police back in 2022 when he was 18 years old. Now, officers were chasing him as a potential suspect in the shooting, and when police found him, they say he refused to stop. Saldana's attorneys say that he did fire towards officers once, but they also say what he got in return was, quote, excessive force.
He shoots that one initial time. What do? Shoot towards him almost 100 times. Almost majority of that time he is on the ground on his stomach.
I got out of my vehicle and I believe I said something along the lines of "don't do it," and I saw a muzzle flash, I heard a gunshot, and next thing I know I was hit in the face with something. With adrenaline, I don't know if I had gotten shot in the face.
Well, Saldana faces one charge of attempted capital murder of a police officer and 2 charges of aggravated assault of a public servant. If he's found guilty, he faces anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison.
Trending right now on KSAT.com, lawyers for a Texas man facing execution this evening argue he is no longer a danger. Ramiro Gonzalez was condemned for shooting and killing Bridget Townsend in January of 2001 after stealing drugs, money, and kidnapping her from a home in Bandera County. He took her to his family's ranch in neighboring Medina County, sexually assaulted her, and killed her. If Gonzalez's execution proceeds tonight, it would be the second this year in Texas.
Well, just a reminder, SAWS customers are now under new Stage 3 watering rules. So irrigation system hours are from 5 to 10 in the morning and 9 p.m. to midnight. SAWS changed those hours last week, and the day still depends on the last number of your address. So hand watering is still allowed any time of the day, but here's the biggest change under this new Stage 3. A high-use surcharge will apply to residential customers using 20,000 gallons or more during a billing cycle after July 6th.
We are now one day away from the first presidential debate of this year's election season. Tomorrow night, President Biden and former President Trump will go head-to-head yet again. You can watch it live on KSAT or any of KSAT's streaming platforms. As you might remember, the two debated twice back in 2020. However, tomorrow night's debate will be quite a bit different.
Well, no audience will be there in Atlanta, and microphones will be muted when the other person is talking. ABC News reports that Biden will focus on Trump's track record during his presidency and recent remarks on the campaign trail about reproductive rights and the economy. While Trump is expected to take aim at Biden's border policies, experts believe both candidates have a lot to prove to voters.
You have a race that's essentially tied in the polls at this point. And so I think that puts sort of equal pressure on both of the candidates, both in terms of the opportunity the debate presents to them, but also the risks.
Don't forget, KSAT is your home for election coverage now through November. Scan the QR code right here. It'll take you to our Vote 2024 page where you can find everything you need to know about local, state, and national elections. It's going to be a busy year. 609, 80 degrees.
Well, still to come are the missions staying in San Antonio. What Mayor Ron Nirenberg told us about a new ballpark for the team.
And after the break, kids in San Antonio get some much needed surgery this weekend for free. How the program works and how you can sign up for the next round.
And looking out there with a live cam already starting at 80 degrees, but looking really pretty there with all those clouds. We're going to be checking in with Mike to see just how hot we'll get, but at least I don't see any triple digits in his forecast. We'll be right back. Welcome back at 6:14. Well, there are so many kids who need surgeries, but their families can't afford them. So the innovative Fresh Start program is stepping up here in San Antonio.
They partner with several hospitals in the U.S., including University Hospital. As Courtney Friedman explains, 5 kids will be getting surgeries for free this weekend.
These surgeons and their staff change lives every day, but this weekend, they'll be doing it for free.
For me, mission trips are very exciting, and this is a mission trip at home. So we get to stay in our own environment with our own teams.
That mission is called Fresh Start Surgical Gifts, a nonprofit that partners with hospitals to offer kids free surgeries. Saturday will be university's third time participating in just the last year.
So you get to keep them here and watch them and make sure they're recovering well.
Yeah, absolutely. So we keep them in the hospital for as long as they need to.
Dr. Joshua Stone is a pediatric craniofacial surgeon for University Health and UT Health San Antonio, and he volunteers every time.
Cleft palate surgery, we do craniofacial surgery, and we also will reconstruct skull defects.
So I've done a couple of cleft palates, cochlear implants, reconstructions of the ears and stuff like that.
Sandra Diaz-Reyes is a University Hospital Surgical Services Supervisor. She coordinates everything that goes into surgeries, and there's no one who loves volunteering more.
I was like, right away, I'm like, sign me up, I'm there, I'm doing it.
She and Dr. Stone help local kids and some from other countries.
We have a patient that's coming from Mexico. We have a patient this fall that's coming from Honduras, but we have patients coming from Costa Rica, all over.
They'll heal about 5 kids this weekend, knowing their families will walk out without paying a dime.
It's what we all love to do, and so to be able to take care of people is just a phenomenal opportunity.
So if you're watching right now and your child needs surgery, don't hesitate. Go online and fill out the application, and by the next round of this program, they could be lying right here getting the help that they need. At University Hospital, Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
Time check 6:16 on your Wednesday.
And looking at TransGuide, looks like there's something going on at Highway 90 at Couples. Let's check in with RJ.
Yeah, Stephanie, Mark, this is actually turned out to be a stalled vehicle, a broken down vehicle off the side of the road here on the far right-handed side here in the shoulder here, 90 eastbound at Couples Road. Not seeing too many delays out there as we see our traffic still moving through that area pretty well, but something that we will continue to keep an eye on as we make our way through your 6 o'clock hour, because we are starting to see a lot of different things pop up, especially along 90 and in some other parts of the city. Want to show you another incident that we're following right now. This is going to be on the north side of town, and this is going to be a stalled vehicle that's also being reported right there, 281 northbound at Sonterra Boulevard. So again, we are seeing our traffic flow move through that area, but if you're on the north side of town headed up to Sonterra Redland Road, you may run into a stalled vehicle off to the side of the road there. All right, let's check in with photojournalist Alex Gomez. Unfortunately, he's been stuck on the northeast side for most. Man, dude, you cannot catch a break. I mean, this does not look good out there. Alex, how are things looking?
Yeah, I can't catch a break right now. It's not looking too good, but I mean, I'm here on the frontage road 35 southbound, and I look to my left. The main lanes have been open for about 15 minutes now, but I just can't make my way on over just yet. All of us drivers are still stuck on the frontage road from, maybe the top of the 5 o'clock hour. So hopefully now I can get on soon, because I know there's an entrance ramp not too far from here, RJ.
Yeah, definitely frustrating stuff out there. Alex, how are you just kind of passing the time out there as we see how this traffic move on the left hand on the main lanes?
Yeah, yeah, it's brutal right now. If only there was a coffee stand out here, because I'm already running on empty on my first cup. I need that second cup now, RJ.
Yes. Maybe we can make a coffee run out there. I don't know. It looks like
if he gets out of there.
Well, but don't drink too much coffee if he's stuck out there, though.
That's true as well.
I like that Alex finally has a KSAT polo shirt.
Yes.
He needs a hat and at some point some sort of GMSA Yeti coffee mug,
yeah,
too.
there we go. Yeah.
Get him all branded
Get him
out.
all swagged out, for sure.
And stickers behind him there, so.
Sure,
you know.
Except for on the windows or the windshield.
Of course.
Yes, that's true.
You wanted him to wear a Lions jersey.
Okay, so, but, you know, the view
That's
he had.
Too far.
That's too much.
That trailer with the ramps in front, being stuck behind like a larger pickup truck or a semi or something like that, that kind of adds salt in the wound a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
If that's your only view right there, that just gets very frustrating sometimes too. So.
Well, he's keeping a positive attitude out there, Alex.
Well, he's passing the time by listening to us. I mean, what could be better, right?
Especially when Steph talks. Very, very soothing. Very
All right, take a look at this picture, and I love this one. Batman, San Antonio needs you. Look at that. It's like a signal up there. That thing's great.
That's kind of cool.
And I was trying to figure out, it's like, I wonder the angle, because it looks like it's in the middle of the day. I maybe that is a bat signal with the sun the way it's shining and all that. But great picture. Thank you very much for that one. Appreciate it. All right, as we start off this morning, yeah, bat signal. We need some cooler temperatures around here, Batman, and lower humidity. That's not going to be happening. A few just smattering of clouds out there. 84 is what it feels like here in town right now. 86 at Seguin, 85 New Braunfels, as well as at Randolph. And again, got to emphasize again the heat advisory. Lots and lots of water. Don't wait till you're thirsty. And Frio County's been added to this. Otherwise, it was the same area, same chunk of our area as was yesterday. That goes into effect at 1 o'clock this afternoon up until 7 o'clock tonight. Now, satellite picture. Obviously, there's not really a heck of a lot going on. If you want to play the lottery, and this is about the same odds as winning the lottery, there was some disturbances up here to the north, and you can see a little bit of this northerly flow. If there were a little bit of leftover energy from that coming down here, that might try and touch something off. But other than that, like I said, that's like the odds of winning the lottery. The high is just off to the west of us in that clockwise rotation. That's why there would be a little bit of hope. Now, this thing's going to pretty much stay in place and then sort of work its way across the southern tier of the United States. For all intents and purposes, just staying right smack dab on top of us, and that'll be the case going into the weekend. Now, there is a little bit of lower humidity that in the afternoons going into next week, so a slight break from the heat index in the afternoon. But other than that, again, this thing just is not going to move at all. It stays in place. Now, this is typical, though, for this time of year. I mean, it is called the Bermuda High. It actually extends all the way over in toward the Atlantic Ocean. But look at where, for the first week of July, where this thing is centered and where the intense heat is going to be. Very, very dry. Go into even the second week of July and not much really changes around here, and that includes the lack of rain. There's long-range computer models, there's nothing showing up as far as rain. Best we can hope for is maybe something trying to brew down in the tropics, but there's nothing out there right now either. 97 today, same thing tomorrow. We will have those heat index readings way up there. A lot of sunshine, a few of those clouds obviously hanging around here. Perhaps a degree or two lower going in toward Friday, Saturday, as well as Sunday. And then the hope is that, and what it's looking like with some long-range models, that we at least get a little bit lower humidity in the afternoons as we go in toward the latter portion of the weekend and the first part of next week. So we're not going to have just the intense heat index readings. And other than a sea breeze shower along the coast, nothing as far as any rain out there. Whole lot more after this. Stick around.
Smile, you found it. The feeling of finding psoriasis can't filter out the real you. So go ahead, live unfiltered with the one and only Sotyktu, a once-daily pill for moderate to severe plaque psoriasis and the chance at clear or almost clear skin. It's like the feeling of finding you're so ready for your close-up, or finding you don't have to hide your skin, just your background. Once daily Sotyktu was proven better, getting more people clearer skin than the leading pill. Don't take if you're allergic to Sotyktu. Serious reactions can occur. Sotyktu can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB. Serious infections, cancers including lymphoma, muscle problems, and changes in certain labs have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, liver or kidney problems, high triglycerides, or had a vaccine or plan to. Sotyktu is a TYK2 inhibitor. TYK2 is part of the JAK family. It's not known if Sotyktu has the same risks as JAK inhibitors. Find what plaque psoriasis has been hiding. There's only one Sotyktu, so ask for it by name. So clearly you. Sotyktu.
6:25. Welcome back as we approach the NBA draft tonight. There's been a lot of talk about a new Spurs arena here in San Antonio.
But there's also been recent discussions about a new ballpark for the San Antonio Missions. And last week, Bexar County Judge Peter Sakai told us he would be open to a public-private partnership to bring a new ballpark downtown.
San Antonio Mayor Ron Nierenberg joined us last night on KSAT News at 6, and we asked him about Judge Sakai's comments.
I'm glad to hear the county say that, because that's what's necessary to make sure that the Missions have a new ballpark for the future to remain present here in San Antonio. I have had discussions with the Missions about what a new ballpark could look like and what would be required from the city. We're continuing.
That was just a small part of our full interview with Mayor Nierenberg. You can watch it right now on KSAT.com and over on KSAT Plus.
Well, the time now 6:26 and 80 degrees for now.
Let's check out Drive Cam to see if it's actually driving. Yeah, some progress there out there. Alex Gomez with a live look at some of the traffic he's been in off and on already throughout GMSA. We'll be back. Let's take a live look outside with Live Cam. If you're just joining us here on GMSA, the sun is up, hovering around 80 degrees out at San Antonio International Airport. Mike's forecast coming up.
Hi, good morning. We made it to Wednesday. It is June 26th.
Let's check in with Mike Osterhage as we begin Hump Day.
Yes, indeed. And, you know, you think you want to be over the hump as far as the week is concerned, but not as far as the weather is concerned, because it's still kind of this uphill battle against all the humidity out there. It looks about the same as it has the past couple of days. We got all these clouds hanging around here. They will, if they'd hang in throughout the day, that would help out. But obviously, we're going to have enough sunshine to get us into the mid and upper 90s later on today. And that doesn't even take into account all of the humidity, which we're at 81 right now. Normal low 74, so way above that. And then these numbers, not only are air temperatures warmer than yesterday and the day before that, which both those days we did tie the record for the hottest or the warmest low temperature both days, yesterday and the day before. Now, even dew points are up somewhat. Out there in the hill country, Lost Maples, Tarpley, Bandera, you've got dew points at 75. Again, that's wet blanket. Humidity and heat index readings are way up there as well. Heat advisories this afternoon, and mold is on the low side. The updated count's going to come out a little bit later on. Plenty of sunshine. Like I said, upper 90s, going for 97 for a high temperature. And then factor in the humidity, which we're not getting that drop in the afternoon. So that's why it's going to feel like 105 plus. And no big changes going into July, finishing out the rest of the month through the weekend. Subtle changes. The only thing really is going to be hopefully some lower afternoon humidity, so we're not going to have quite the intense heat index readings. But also what you don't see on this graphic is any mention about any good rain or any rain period. There's nothing out there. Maybe a couple of sprinkles along the coast. That'll be about it. Details for the weekend in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority. All right, Alex. I should say an Alex update from RJ. What's going on?
Yes, we will. Yeah, I've been given some very important updates here on Alex's situation. Basically, like a play-by-play in my ear right now as we take a look at some of our other cameras here. 35 Topper Wine. We're going to check in with Alex here in just a bit. But as far as some of the incidents that we're seeing right now, east side of town, let's go ahead and see a couple of things. We're looking at a couple stalled vehicles within a few miles of each other. I-10 eastbound right there at New Braunfels Avenue, South New Braunfels Avenue, and we also have a stall right there at I-10 eastbound at South Walters and the Gevers Street area. So something to keep in mind if you're headed out from 37 to 10 on the east side of town. All right, let's check in with Alex now, because it looks like he may actually have some daylight out there. And now he is stuck behind an 18-wheeler. My guy cannot get a break here today. Alex, how are things going?
Yeah, it didn't help that the entrance ramp was also closed at Judson Road. So 35 southbound, that entrance ramp still closed. I have to make my way now to past O'Connor Road to get back on. So yeah, just a heads up for possibly even tomorrow. If you're going to be out on the northeast side coming down 35 south in between about 6 a.m., take Lookout Road. That's your best alternate route. It runs parallel to 35 right here, and that way you can avoid all of the headache of the main lanes being closed and even the frontage road being tied up. And then you can get back on 35 from about O'Connor, even Weidner Road. So just a heads up for tomorrow, RJ.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think I want to do this again.
Oh. Some good advice. You know, earlier today we were like, yeah, just check out the northeast side. You'll only be there for a few minutes or so, and it ends up he was there for pretty much the 2 hours of our show. All right, Alex, good looking out there, and appreciate the updates for us as we come back out to our maps real quick. Want to let you know real quick about a stalled vehicle we have on the north side of town, 281 northbound at Sonterra Boulevard. Looks like traffic is moving through that area, so keep in mind if you're heading out north side past 1604 at 281. All right, Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. Class is set to resume this morning at St. Philip's College here in San Antonio after a shooting on the northeast side sent the campus into an hours-long partial lockdown yesterday. The initial shooting happened around 4 p.m. in the 5100 block of North Foster Road. That's near the Kirby area. And Ben Zingelman, SAPD says a man was shot in the upper body and hospitalized in critical condition. And then police say that one or more people later abandoned a vehicle on Dakota Street and ran to a house on South Walters near St. Philip's College, which initiated the lockdown of several buildings After several hours, police say 8 people were detained after exiting the home and turning themselves in.
Well, this morning, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office says a man accused of sexually assaulting a 14-year-old girl at his jiu-jitsu school has bonded out of jail. And deputies say his school, called the Exception Squad, is still open for business. 40-year-old Joseph Rene Caballero was arrested this past weekend, and yesterday KSAT visited the studio near Culebra and Ingram Road. One woman who works nearby says she is canceling plans to send her son to that school after Caballero's arrest.
It hurts me. Deep inside, it hurts me more than anything because, I mean, even though it's not my daughter, that affects me as a parent.
Well, Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar says there could be other victims out there. So if you or someone you know is a victim, you are asked to call the Bexar County Sheriff's Office.
New this morning, a Texas nonprofit is showing appreciation for law enforcement by making sure they get home safely. The nonprofit raises money to buy bullet-resistant windshields for patrol vehicles.
Well, our Patty Santos tells us they are making their way into Bexar County to rally around those who wear the badge. And Patty, can you tell us about that? Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. That is right. So in 2023, we reported that San Antonio Police is spending nearly $2 million in upgrading windshields and side windows on police vehicles. Now, right now, SAPD cars have a film that's not bullet resistant, but more shatter resistant, if you will. The city is working to install the bullet resistant application. Here's the thing. San Antonio Police is backed by a healthy San Antonio City budget, but smaller departments have a harder time getting the funds to install the same type of barriers on cop cars. That is where Operation Safe Shield steps in. This is video of That is not video of how that shield works from a demonstration earlier in Austin. The organization claims it raised $1.2 million to equip over 100 patrol cars across Texas. That is the video right there. And they're moving into Bexar County now to raise awareness and money.
We're actually going to do a major fundraiser this fall, and it's either going to be in September or October, where we're going to try to raise about $850,000 so that we can equip every one of those cars in those 25 departments outside of San Antonio PD. So you have 25 departments in San Antonio or in Bexar County, which is a tremendous amount of vehicles to do.
And Texas lawmakers passed a bill that would provide bullet-resistant windows for all DPS patrol vehicles. Now, we checked, and the Bexar County Sheriff's Office does not currently have nor is planning to ask for money to get the bullet-resistant protection. Now, that video that you're seeing right there, that demonstration is going to happen later today here in Bexar County. It's a demonstration for local law enforcement on how that works. That is a vehicle that was actually donated to them, so it kind of gets reused and the windshield gets redone so that they can show law enforcement how this works.
Pretty dramatic display.
Yeah. Hopefully they say these officers have good aim because only the windshield, not the rest of the car.
Not the rest of it. All right, thank you, Patty. Time now is 6:37, 80 degrees.
Well, just ahead, NBA Draft Night is here. What the Spurs need to do to land their next star player tonight in Brooklyn. Welcome back at 6:41. Well, NBA Draft Night is here. However, trades have already started around the league.
In an offseason that appeared very bleak for the Brooklyn Nets, they struck a deal with the New York Knicks. So the Nets are trading away Mikal Bridges for Bojan Bogdanovic and a huge haul of draft picks, which includes 4 unprotected first-round picks. This will reunite Bridges with his 3 former Villanova teammates, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, and Dante DiVincenzo. Larry Ramirez is in Brooklyn and gives us an update on the San Antonio Spurs going into tonight's draft.
Last year it was cut and dry. We knew the Spurs were going to select Victor Wembanyama, but this year that's not the case. We really have no idea what the Spurs are going to do. With 2 top 10 picks, though, they certainly have options to maximize Wemby's abilities. ESPN NBA draft analyst Jeremy Wu says the way Wemby plays on the court certainly makes it easier.
His versatility, being skilled, having the size to play multiple positions, the cover that he gives you defensively, you can do a lot of different things. So I think the biggest thing will be continuing to have good spacing around him. You want to be able to give him space to operate. You want to put shooters on the floor to let him if you double team him, he can pass over the double team, like to maximize that. And defensively, he can cover for guys who are not as, good of defenders, just having him out there. So, where they land in this draft, where there's a lot of guys who are very different skill sets, I think will be interesting to see.
It's going to be fun seeing how it all shakes out tonight, live right here on KSAT 12. Back to you in San Antonio.
Larry, thank you. Try the continental breakfast. All right, so for the first round of the NBA draft begins tonight at 7 o'clock from Barclays Center in Brooklyn. It'll be live to watch here on KSAT 12. Second round is tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m.
And don't forget that the Spurs are also hosting a free NBA draft watch party at the Rock at La Cantera. This is tonight at 6 p.m. Fans are invited to watch the Spurs make their picks on a 40-foot screen at the Frost Plaza. So the watch party will also have a raffle for autographed memorabilia and merchandise and a special appearance from the Coyotes. So the first 100 fans to RSVP and check into the event will get free drink tickets.
We have trouble on TransGuide right now. Let's go right to RJ for an update.
All right, guys. Yes, this just popped up on our map. So right now, our TransGuide traffic cameras, 35 south at Loop 410. So initially, when this was being reported by TxDOT, they had it out on the northeast side of town. Of course, on the northeast side, you also have 35 and 410 intersect. This is actually going to be, I believe, on the southwest side right now. And again, this is going to be a little bit right there near Fisher Road, Von Army area. We saw a lot of construction there earlier today, and it looks like we have what appears to be a jackknife 18-wheeler right there on one of the exits. I think this is 410, the 410 West exit near I-35. So I will call TransGuide here in just a bit, kind of get a little bit more details out there. But yeah, it looks like we're getting a big mess out there on the southwest side of town. Let's go ahead and check in with photojournalist Alex Gomez. It appears as if Alex is finally hitting the roads here and gotten out of all that mess on the northeast side. Alex, how are things looking?
Better and fast this morning, RJ. I just left 410 on the north side. This is going to be 21 south near Hildebrand. Once you get past that northeast side, things open up really quickly. We have dry roads this morning, so the driving conditions as you head out are going to be great. And check out those clouds, RJ. Only if they had rain, though. My backyard could still use it.
Definitely, man. Yeah, but that is a great shot as Alex makes his way through the greater San Antonio area. All right, you know what? Alex was stuck in a lot of construction, obviously, earlier this morning. So let's talk about some construction plans here throughout the rest of the summer, especially on the northwest side of town. You know what? I'm often asked about these closures here at the I-10 Loop 1604 interchange. Well, now we have a little bit of answers and an outline for the rest of the summer. TxDOT releasing its summer schedule for the 1604 expansion project right there near the Rim and the La Cantera area. And so this is 10 weekends total, which they basically laid out leading into Labor Day weekend. So 4 weekends here will have major closures, including this upcoming weekend. And that basically means that one highway will be closed in both directions. It's been 1604 east and west that's we've seen the most activity out there. So they will have minor closures on 3 different weekends, and that includes some ramps and things of that nature. But some good news is that for a couple of busy weekends in the summer, there will be no closures. And the first one being, of course, July 4th weekend. So if you have making plans to head out to the northwest side, we have that one. That will be open throughout the entire weekend out there. Also, tax-free weekend, which I know Stephanie mentioned earlier. Obviously, don't want to talk about that yet with the kids. Maybe some parents are already like, yes, let's go. And then, of course, Labor Day weekend, it will be open there at the interchange, guys.
Summer's going to fly. Always does.
Yeah, it's true. At least it'll be open for that because it's going to be a crazy weekend for sure.
Any kids watching right now are going, cut it out. Summer's flying by. Yeah, just let them be.
Yeah.
So.
Enjoy the
All
summer.
right, here is a beautiful picture, and hopefully it kind of makes you forget all the heat and humidity. Sunsets at Padre Park make for beautiful, enjoyable family outings. Yes, indeed. Maybe pack a little picnic or something like that, and yeah, it's a great shot. Thank you very much for that KSAT Connect picture there, Mary. And as you look outside right now, we've got, well, some breaks in the clouds. The sun is reflecting off these clouds right here, so makes for a nice, pretty picture out there, looking out past the airport. And 84, that's what it feels like out there at the airport right now. Again, I keep saying on these numbers, add a good 20 degrees, give or take a couple of here and there, and that's what it's going to feel like later on this afternoon, well up into the hundreds. Heat advisories, can't emphasize this enough for the northeastern kind of pie wedge of our area from 1 until 7 later on this afternoon. Temperatures will warm up pretty quickly this morning. We'll make it up to 90 at noon. It's not going to be hard to get up there because we've got such a warm start this morning, and then we'll top off at 97. But again, it's going to be up around 105 for a heat index, what it's actually going to feel like. And got to emphasize again, that's in the shade. In the direct sun, the sun is heating you up. You're not just feeling the air temperature. All right, as far as the tropics are concerned, there's really not a heck of a lot going on. Nothing really in the Gulf of Mexico or the Caribbean. And the Hurricane Center is keeping an eye on a little bit of a glitch down there off the northern coast of South America. But, you know, maybe a 20% chance it would develop over the course of the next 7 days or so, and that's pretty much about it. High is the one that's dominating our weather right now. We've got somewhat of a northerly flow in the atmosphere, and there was some activity in the overnight hours well up there to the north. If, I mean, this is like playing the lottery, some of the energy from that would come down here. There'd be a hope for a shower or two, but again, the odds are like playing the lottery. But this high is just basically going to be staying right on top of us, so that's going to keep us on the hot side. The one little bit of hope as we go down the road into the future is the fact that the afternoon humidity should be dropping down somewhat as we get on into the latter portion of the weekend and the first part of next week. So it won't have quite the intensely hot heat index readings, but still really no great changes here, and of course no rain in the forecast either.
No.
Alex was talking about his backyard. Mine is still, I had to cut it once after all the rain. Need to cut it again, but it's like, I don't want to do it too much so it doesn't stress it or anything.
Right,
so,
got to leave some length on it while it's still green, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, it's nice to get all that rain, so hopefully we'll see something in the future.
Not since looking right now. So.
All right. Thank you, Mike.
10 till 7. Got another newscast to do.
Yes.
80 degrees.
Let's look out there with live cam. Let's look at that 80 degrees. That's pretty tolerable right now with all that cloud cover. So if you are stuck in traffic, at least you're not in the hot, hot sun right now. We'll be right back.
Good morning. It is great to be with you. Coming up here on GMA, the latest on the dangerous weather. So we've got the damaging winds along that cold front that's already done a ton of damage from Michigan to outside of Chicago and Oklahoma City last night. And now these are the pockets that we'll be tracking, including airports in the Northeast. So I'll get into all of that. Also, the mysterious disappearance of a Chicago woman on a yoga retreat in the Bahamas. We're going to hear from her mom, who just traveled to the island to join the search. And our Cool for the Summer series is in Colorado this morning, showing you a place where you can go skiing on real snow this time of year. They always have some snow out there, but we'll show you where to do it. And then we're revealing our summer concert series lineup. We'll see that and so much more on GMA.
About 6:55.
And it looks like there's still problems out at I-35 at Loop 410. Let's check back with RJ.
That's right, Stephanie, Mark. Yeah, southwest side of town right now. We have what appears to be a jackknife 18-wheeler. It's kind of moved to the side here. And this is going to be on the westbound lanes of 410, basically backing traffic up all the way to Somerset Road. It looks like they've at least closed down that one entrance ramp right there from 410 to 35 on the southwest side of town. As we take a look at our maps, and again, traffic backing up here to about Somerset Road area. If you're coming in on the southwest side right now, maybe the Palo Alto area, keep this in mind as we have got the it looks like the ramp there 235 from 410 that is closed for the time being, as we just saw that jackknife 18-wheeler out there on the side of the road. All right, let's check in one last time with photojournalist Alex Gomez. He is hitting the roads for us. Alex, how are things looking out there?
Well, they're okay for the south side right now. I'm on my way to check out that interchange 410 and 35, but check out this area. This is 35 South near South Cross on the South Cross. No issues to get here from downtown, so things are looking good. Remember, the draft tonight, go Spurs go. I can't wait to see those picks, RJ.
Yes, it will be very exciting. Picks number 4 and 8 for the San Antonio Spurs. And of course, you could watch that out at the Rock at La Cantera. It should be a lot of fun.
Spurs go.
Stay safe out there, Alex.
It's going to be warm out there tonight. It's going to be hot all day. We got a beautiful sunrise in store and on tap, I should say. 84 is what it feels like right now. Heat advisory later on this afternoon, and 97 high temperature. Will be up to 96 at 3 o'clock. Plenty of sunshine out there. It's going to feel like it's well up into the hundreds, and no significant changes all the way through the weekend. And then as we start off the month of July.
All right, well, run your errands now while it's a little cool.
Good idea.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks for joining us today.
Have a great day. Good Morning America is coming up next on KSAT 12.